Give me a pumpkin-related question. A gourd-related question.
Charlie, what's your favorite pumpkin snack or treat, I should say?
The pumpkin pie they specifically give at Costco with whipped cream. That's thick whipped cream, not fake whipped cream. Get that shit out of my face.
Wait, whipped cream?
Yeah.
Oh, like you add the whipped cream.
You add the whipped cream, but it has to be thick whipped cream.
So I bring it up because today, okay, good question, right? A+, thank you. Next question. Would you ever join like a matchmaking agency if they promised you that they would find you your 100% match or at least close enough? Maybe 80 to 100 around there.
So crazy that you went from pumpkin to that. But
Don't you love pumpkin?
I mean,
And don't you love?
not that really that different.
It's not different. Thank you.
Is it free?
No, it's really not. You may have to take out your life savings, but isn't love worth it a little bit?
I mean, my life savings is what you saw in my wallet earlier, which ain't that much.
I only saw dollars.
Thank you. She's collecting.
Okay.
I don't think I would because it's hard because I feel like the older you get, the more desperate you start to get to be in a relationship. Not desperate in the way that, like, I don't want to say it in a bad way, but you feel like there's a time limit for certain things.
Like you feel like the time is ticking,
so
right?
Right now, being 27, I'm not too pressed about it.
But what if you're 31?
Okay. Oh my God. Yes. I'm just kidding. I said it for every single matchmaking. Oh my God. No, but doesn't it feel scarier when you say 30s and you're like, oh shit.
Yeah, no, it definitely does. So let's say you do it, you go on all of these extensive dates. They're all different, a little variation, a little bit of this, a little bit of that. You do an aquarium, you do a little skydiving, you do a little golfing. I don't know. But then at the same time that you're trying this out, you get an unwanted roommate. Let's just say your brother reaches out to you and he's like, hey, my bestie, my best friend, yeah, he really needs a place to stay. He really needs a place to stay right now. Can he just like maybe crash on your couch just for a little bit? For a little bit.
And I say yes, obviously.
Because you're a nice person. Are you nice?
And that's the next question. Are you nice or are you a bitch? Okay, obviously I would say yes, but that's kind of awkward because I'm assuming I know this friend.
Yeah, you know him.
And he's just going to watch me date?
No. He's not going to watch you date. I mean, he's not weird about it, but maybe he notices a little bit that you've been going out every night.
That feels awkward, but I don't know. That feels really awkward. I don't know if I would do that.
But what if you like find him handsome a little bit?
That's even worse. Wait,
but like, hear me out. What if he is so grateful to you that he just starts fixing things around? He's like, you know what?
Oh my God, yeah. My light did blow out.
Yeah.
Wait, where's all these tools are out here? Who's gonna fucking paint my house? I guess you can if you want to. Really? Oh my God, down then. Like nothing would happen between us, so it would be fine.
Well,
that makes sense.
Well, maybe love ensues. Maybe love follows shortly. Do you think that could fix your life?
I mean, only one way to find out.
Hello, welcome to the Book Fix podcast. I'm your host, Yahaira.
And I'm your host, Chelly.
You picked this one. So.
I did.
And did you pick it because you loved the first one so much?
Did you read the first one?
We read the first one.
Wait, when did we read the first one?
The parking spaces.
That was the first. That was Duncan, wasn't it? Was that Duncan? That was Duncan and Retta. Oh my God. I didn't even realize. Oh.
I thought maybe she loved this book the first book so much. That's why you wanted to do the second one. Anyway, so this one is titled What a Match by Mimi Grace.
Mimi. Love her. Dude, didn't even make that connection. But I don't know. I really like reading stories where it continues in the world, but you follow different characters. I didn't know authors did that. That shit slaps.
I like it too. It's just that I forgot his name was Duncan. So it didn't even hit me, you know? Whatever.
Sorry, we're also eating.
Sorry. So, our main character's name is Gwen, and she's 31 years young. And she's been feeling a lot of, like, pressure, right? You know, she's older. She's at the point of her life where she's like, damn, I should have been settled down at this point. I should be, you know, married, kids, the whole 9 yards. Like, she's starting to feel a little desperate. Because the last relationship that she had, it was long term.
With Eric,
yeah.
it didn't end well. And she's so fixated on finding the one that her dates without this matchmaking thing. She's so picky. She's like, first date has to go like this, second one has to go like this, third one has to go like this.
Oh yeah, she's a very like type A person. Like everything has to go according to her plan, or else it's like, no, next.
All teachers are.
Oh yeah, she's a middle school teacher. But that never really comes up that much. I honestly forgot that she was a middle school teacher, because she only mentioned it like once, I think. And then it was just like, whatever, forgotten.
You can tell when someone's a teacher based on their personality. She was not a teacher.
Really? Not even because she's type A?
That was just her personality. But like even the way she spoke. There was like one part where she spoke and someone was like, she's using her teacher voice. And I'm like, bitch, no, she's not. No, she is not. But she's so fixated on finding the one in a specific way because she doesn't want her marriage to end up like her parents. Remember?
That's the biggest concern, is that she wants to find someone compatible with her because her parents were not compatible. And that's why she's so like, no, it has to be perfect. Or else not worth it.
So how do you feel about her even doing this matchmaking? Because her mom is the one that brings it up and is like, I already signed you up.
No, doesn't her mom give her like a card? She's like, okay, listen, I know you've tried Bumble, you've tried Tinder, you've tried OkCupid, Bagel Meets Coffee
and
Christian Mingle.
I know.
She's like, God knows everything. What was the Chispa?
Yeah.
He's like, you've tried everything. It's not working. But there is this matchmaking agency where, you know, they base it off of like percentage wise. She's like, maybe you should give it a try. I don't know though.
But unlike dating apps, to have a matchmaker, because it's specifically someone that reads your report and then puts you with people they think you're compatible with. And then after that, if the date doesn't work, you write a review on that person and they take that information to put you with someone else that hopefully is better. So you have to pay for this, obviously.
And it's a lot because she even said like, oh, that means that I won't be able to take my vacation out of the country. I don't remember exactly where she was going.
First of all, very unrealistic. Teachers taking vacations?
I know. What vacation?
No.
To me, it's interesting because I don't know if I would ever be down to do something like that. I don't even like when I was on dating apps, I don't even like when they try to force you to pay to see, if you want to see who likes you or if you want to see who, I don't even know what other benefits.
I think it's that, like, if you want to see who likes you without you liking them first,
yeah, and that's
you have to pay this much money.
Yeah, and I think that's the only benefit, I think. Or you get like unlimited likes or something stupid like that. I don't even like doing that. I can't imagine paying my freaking savings to do this whole like matchmaking thing, which I don't even know if they're really reputable. Did she even like look up reviews or anything? No, right? I feel like
for some reason this matchmaking business had a building. So it was like, why do you guys have a building placed here in my town?
I feel like I would do a lot of research first. But still not do it, though. What about you?
I would not do it. But, I mean, I kind of get where she's coming from, being 31. And, I mean, her brother's in a loving relationship. And she really wants to be in a relationship. But it keeps, like, failure after failure. Like, the last one she was on was in the start of the book. It wasn't even a relationship. It was dating. And, the guy, like, he was just horrible. They went to, like, a hockey game. He did not pay attention to her at all. And then at the end tried kissing her and was, like, licking her jaw. Dude. I felt so bad for her.
But it's sad because of her personality. She's just like, okay, may not have gone well, but this is what she's expecting to happen after the hockey game. And then also, she didn't even like hockey. She was just there because she was, like, thinking, oh, maybe the next date we'll do something I like.
I felt so bad for her. I did want to bring something up. Hold on.
I just feel like, especially with our families, especially with my family, it kind of sucks how especially as women, we're very pressured to find love by a certain age, right? I was telling this to my boyfriend because I was venting. I was so annoyed, and I can't remember exactly why, but I was venting because I just hate that. I feel like for as long as I can remember, I can't just exist. Like, I can't just be here at a family event because it's always like, oh, ¿y el novio? And the boyfriend, pretty much. Yep. This is before my relationship. Oh, what are you doing for school? Oh, what's after that? What are you doing with that? Oh, you don't have a kid yet? When are you gonna have a kid? Oh,
your cousin.
Yeah, or your cousin just had 3. Like, when's it your turn? Oh, when are you gonna get married? Yep. I mean, you still don't have a boyfriend? Really?
Yep.
How old are you?
And that's kind of the pressure that Gwen gets from her mom. So I don't blame her for actually doing this.
Yeah.
But I'm surprised how committed she was from the get-go. Because she had dates every single day.
Yeah.
And it got to the point where she didn't even remember the date. They all kind of meshed together into one date. So I get it. And I understand why she did it. So that didn't take me out at all. Like, I think I understood that.
No, it didn't take me out either. I felt for her, you know?
I want to say now, the thing that took me out the most is the fact that she was a teacher.
Let's talk about that, Charlie. So she brings up that she's a middle school teacher, right? And then somebody asks her at some point in the story, what's the craziest thing you've seen? And she's like, oh, it's not that crazy. It's really not that crazy. I think the worst thing that she has seen is a little bit of throw up. In middle school?
In middle school?
I feel like that's younger, no?
Back in middle school? Okay, first of all, I remember in high school, people still threw up. Like, it doesn't go away.
I don't remember.
I do, but that was one specific thing. But when I was in middle school, the worst thing that ever happened was... Because I went to a school where when you walked in, it's like you have to get past the main office and all of the classrooms. But then there's more classrooms that they built in the back that are 2 stories. And then there's like the building is just like a huge building in the middle. And you can go to one side, which is all the visual performing arts classes. And then this side is all the math and science classes. So there's a huge wall, basically. Once in middle school, this one girl, I think she was in 8th grade, got so angry at everyone. I think I was in 8th grade when it happened too. Got so angry at everyone for like basically backstabbing her that she broke into the school at night.
Oh my God.
And made something called a slut list. And she wrote all over that big wall and wrote people's names and everything that they did or rumors that she had started of them. Like, don't talk to this girl because she gave a blowjob to this guy in the science building.
Oh my God.
And just all over. And then on the bottom, she signed it, not with her name, but she signed it with like the name people were giving her at the time. And it was huge. And I remember the list was huge, but it was like such a huge thing. I remember that the teachers tried covering it, but there was like no way. Like they tried putting butcher paper on top, but you can see right through it. And we were like, fuck. That is so
Wait, what did she write
crazy.
it with?
Spray paint.
Oh,
she spray painted it on.
Oh my God. Are you serious?
Mm-hmm. That was the craziest shit that ever happened. I don't know how she reached that high. She probably went with someone, got a ladder. But that, like, to me, Gwen saying that the worst thing being throw up, it's like, you haven't been to a middle school.
Yeah.
Whoever wrote this person does not know what a teacher goes through.
Mine's not that crazy and not that long either. But the one thing that came to my mind immediately, because I'm going to be honest, my memory is not that great. So I literally have to sit there and think about what do I remember from middle school. But the first thing that came to my mind was I was in PE and there was these group of girls, not that big, it was like 3 girls. And one of them was very intimidating. Like, I was like intimidated by her because you could just tell she's been through some shit.
Okay.
Like, you could just tell from her. So I never really like approached her or anything. I think one time I talked to her, but it wasn't like anything really. Mm-hmm. So we were in PE and of course, like, it was already emptying out. And for some reason, I went, so it's like the lockers on the right side and then it's the showers and then it's the sinks on the furthest left. Sinks, showers in the middle, and then lockers on the far right, right?
Okay.
So I'm walking towards the sinks for some reason. I don't remember why. And then I see her in the shower area where it's like kind of covered a little bit, but I saw her and she was with her 2 friends. Dude, they were freaking smoking in there. Like, I just saw them like with their little lighters and like with a blunt, and I was like, what the fuck? It's like 11.
Oh my God, what is God gonna think about this one?
What is Jesus gonna think about this one?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I just felt like that was like so fucking crazy to me because I've never seen it. Well, at that point, I had never seen that.
Mm-hmm. That's crazy too because those things would happen at my school too, and I never did anything bad. So anything that was remotely bad, I'd be like, oh my God, what would their parents think?
Yeah,
because my parents would never even let me near people like that. So it was always so crazy to me when I would see it happen.
No,
you know,
yeah, seriously, I just feel like middle school me. I was always to myself. I was like, I don't want to see anybody, talk to anybody. Oh my God.
I just want to read, what was I into? I just want to read Cirque du Freak.
I just want to read Twilight. Oh my God, I love Cirque du Freak. I was like, I just want to read Twilight. Don't talk to me.
Oh my gosh, I do.
Did I ever tell you that one story? Sorry.
Oh, go ahead.
It's nothing like crazy. It's just annoying. There was this one time when I was in class and there was this boy who sat next to me and I did not like him, but it was assigned seating. So he had to sit next to me. And I did not like talking to him. He was like in 8th grade. I was in 7th. And he would always play with my hair. And I was like, I wasn't very good at, saying what I wanted to say. So I would kind of just like move to the side, trying to get away from him. And then he was like going like this. And obviously a hair came out. And so he was holding my hair and he was like, and then he went like this. And he was like, oh my God, your hair came out. And I was just like, and then I think the teacher saw us and she was like, can you leave her alone? I was like, I just think about moments like that and I'm like, damn, I wish I would have. I'm pretty sure I did say stop, but he didn't give a fuck.
Oh my God.
And then he was like, wait, do you like me though? Like, do you like me? And then he was like saying it like to embarrass me.
Yeah.
But I was embarrassed, but because he was annoying me. And so he took it as like, oh, but you like me? And I was like, I really don't. I don't like you at all, actually.
Oh, my God. I'd fight that bitch. Tell me his name. Where's he live? Oh, my God. Ready. I'm ready.
I just mouthed it to her.
I feel like there's so much potential to write a love story about teachers. Because teachers at the moment have to be so patient and have to be so fair, so even if someone did something, you have to be the one that's like, okay, I understand that something went on, but I wasn't there, so I have to hear both sides of the story. But in your head, you're like, fucking bitch, you're always like that. Of course I know it's you. So I'm just trying to get that shit out of you. And she works middle school, and it's so relatable.
Middle school is like the most drama-filled age.
Dude, you don't even know. Like, I wanted to see Gwen go on these dates and her be like, I'm a teacher, and someone be like, wow, I remember math. Yeah, and then like not really be willing to talk about it with her. Or like her being like, I'd go on a date, but I do have to make 37 wire cuttings for my kid for class tomorrow, so whatever,
Yeah,
like things
that's
teachers
true.
go through.
Like she didn't really have the mentality of, oh my god, I need to do all of these lesson plans. Like I don't even.
It would have been so nice because she was a careers class, so she talked about careers with her kids. I really would have. I wished that she would have had one kid who didn't want a career, and she would be like, he likes this, so here, take it, and he'd just be like, no, and her be like, okay, that's fine, but in her head be like, that stupid bitch, I'm over here, I know he would like this, and he put it away.
Yeah.
And I wanted her to go home to Tony and just be like, you won't even believe what Brian did today. And it's like, tell me what he did. That little bitch, what he do? Like, I wanted that. And then for Tony to go into the careers class and be like, hey, look how I ended up. And that could be like, whoa. Like, yeah. I wanted that. And there's so much potential for teacher romances. And I've read a couple of them already on the podcast. They never do it right.
No.
They never talk about how a teacher feels in class.
I don't feel like they probably don't really have experience with teaching. Or maybe they do. I don't know.
Oh my god, NaNoWriMo idea.
I wouldn't be able to.
Oh gosh.
But so then
she basically starts this dating thing. And at the same time, her brother Duncan has a friend named Tony. They started a gym together. And Tony's house or apartment is unlivable because they have to fix the heating in the entire like unit, all of the units. So Tony is homeless. Homeless. Is that the word?
Yeah.
Well, it doesn't sound like a word right now. Okay, so Tony is homeless and it's going to be for a couple of weeks, and he wants to crash at Duncan's, but Duncan is doing a lot of renovations.
Well, he did crash for a little bit.
Yeah.
But then Duncan went up to his sister and he was like, listen, he's been staying with me, but I can't keep subjecting him to this. Like, can you please just let him stay with you for a little bit? And she reluctantly agrees. I don't remember why she agreed.
Because she just agreed because she knows who he is. She knows Tony.
Yeah.
But how do you feel that Tony, our main boy, our main male character,
our love interest,
how do you feel that he has had a crush on her forever?
I don't understand why though. I mean, I get it, but I don't get it because it feels like they never really interacted too much. He just kind of liked her because he overheard something, no?
Yeah.
He overheard her talking about something and he was like, wait, she's kind of cute a little bit. I think it's cute, but I kind of wish that they would have actually had more interactions together for him.
That's so funny.
For him to be like, yeah, I do like her.
I kind of agree with you. I thought it was cute, but it would have been cuter if like throughout their interactions, if he would notice something about her and she'd be like, oh, how'd you know that? He'd be like, don't you remember like 6 years ago when like,
that would have been so cute.
That would have been a constant thing.
Yeah.
You know? Like, I remember that you said this.
Yeah.
And then there would be a flashback of when they were kids and it happened.
Or like, oh yeah, I remember when you wore that dress at this event.
You got this dress this day.
Yeah. Like just stuff like that. But that he would remember.
It was only ever brought up once, which was them just meeting for the first time. And I thought that was cute. The fact that he remembered. But they only did it once. So it doesn't really feel like it was a crush that lasted for that long. So to me, he was just a guy that was so nervous he didn't know how to speak.
Yeah.
I don't know. And the thing is, I really like Tony. I love him. I thought he was a good main male character. Because he was just like, okay, I do like her, but I can't let this take over my life. So I'm just going to try to be here, leave before she wakes up, be here when she sleeps. Like that was his whole plan.
He really did not want to like bother her at all. So that's why he would plan it out when he would be at the apartment.
I thought it was cute though that he would measure time by like the amount of times that he would interact with her. So he's like, last time I interacted with her was 3 days and 7 hours ago. But who's counting?
Who's counting? I am really depressed though about it, but
And he wouldn't be able to go to sleep until she was home.
Until she came back. But sometimes her nights would go long because she was going on all these dates. Mm-hmm. It was funny to me when the agency reached out to Gwen and they were like, "Hey, girl, you're kind of overdoing it a little bit because we feel like you're not really taking in these dates and enjoying them. You're kind of like running through everyone really quickly." Mm-hmm. And they're like, "Girl, we're running out of men. There's not enough men here." Mm-hmm. So it seemed like something that she would do.
I do like, though, that in the middle of all of that with her dates, the fact that she would come home and talk about her dates with Tony, I like that he didn't make it weird.
Yeah.
I appreciate that a lot, that he wasn't jealous or he wasn't like, well, why would you do that? You know, he was just kind of like, oh, yeah. Tell me about it.
You wore that to the date?
No, girl. No, he was very like, no, yeah, that sucks. So he sounds, crazy. And
then she made a comment that was like, I mean, it makes sense. He's only 60%. And he was like, 60%? What does that mean?
Dude. Yeah, it was really cute. And even when it got to the point where he really, really liked her and she would still go on a date, and they were already kind of sleeping together.
Yeah, because it turned into like fuck buddies.
Yeah,
pretty much.
But he never told her to stop.
Yeah.
I really like that. He's such a good guy. And it's funny because sometimes when I would be so like, I love Tony, I would bookmark where I stopped, look at the cover and be like, he's so perfect, and then go back. God, he was, I thought it was funny that one of the dates she was supposed to go on got canceled, and they were supposed to go to like
the tickets.
Yeah.
So they were. I think the guy picked it, right? Mm-hmm. He had gotten them tickets to go to a haunted house, but it was like a tour kind of thing.
Yeah.
And then she was like, "Hey, Tony, do you want to go with me? I mean, I have these tickets. Yeah. I don't have a partner.
Already dressed up.
I'm already dressed up. Do you want to go?" And he was like, "Sure." So they get there, and he's just like, "Wait, is this place haunted?
Is there ghosts?" It's funny because like they gave them all like EMT readers. I think that's what they're called, EMF readers.
EMF, yeah.
Yeah. And they were all supposed to press the button to see where the ghosts were. And then like everyone's doing that, but he's like, I did not want to press that fucking button. So he's like, oh yeah, broken.
He's like, I don't give a fuck if there's a ghost here.
And then they end up falling down in a stage, Gwen and Tony. And at that point, it's dark, and I don't remember what he says, but she's just like, oh my God, he's so attractive.
Wait, has he always been this hot?
So they just make out. Dude, how did you feel?
I was like excited about it. Why did you love it? I was excited about it. I was like, God damn, finally. This was their first kiss, no?
Yeah.
It's because we kind of jumped around. But yeah, this was their first kiss.
I fucking love Tony. Oh my God. I love it too. I like it because this story didn't feel like it pushed talking that much, because both of them were very awkward people. So I like how when it described like, yeah, we needed to talk, but none of us wanted to do it first. So they literally like went home immediately, did not talk, and then they got home and she was like, night. Like went to her room. Oh my gosh. Oh, we didn't even talk about when she masturbated.
Oh my God. I don't know why. Oh, it's because he's never really there when she's there.
Yeah.
So she just got her toy out. She went into her room, and then she was making herself feel good. But then he fucking like showed up, and she was like, oh.
And then she punched him.
Yeah, she punched him.
I fucking love that shit. Oh my God.
I don't know if I love that, but okay.
I fucking love the fact that he was like, I mean, I was here making myself brekkie.
I'm sorry.
I was making brekkie. I woke up late. Oh my God. I just love them. I thought they were such a good couple because none of them wanted to admit it. First of all, remember that Gwen is Duncan's sister and Duncan is Tony's best friend.
So they kind of felt like, oh, this could be kind of weird.
And then for Gwen, she's spending all this money on matchmaking. So it's like, why am I going to date someone I know when I spent all this money for someone to pick a perfect person?
So she's determined. She's like, I'm going to finish this out, this matchmaking agency, even though she does kind of get a little burnt out by it. she is determined to finish it and see if they can find her someone.
I don't remember the first time they have sex. It's not even... Oh, it's when the pumpkin happens.
Oh, yeah.
Dude, how did you feel about the pumpkin catastrophe of 23?
I loved it. I was like, oh.
They went to like a Halloween pumpkin weighing contest in which his godparents were like attending. Mm-hmm. And while they were there was a pumpkin on top of a hill that started to roll down. And these are pumpkins that weigh thousands of pounds.
Yeah.
So as it was rolling down, it was about to hit kids. And he like sprinted over there, pushed them. And right when he was, because it hit him, right when he was passing out, he was like, I better not die because I'm a goddamn pumpkin. But I thought it was so cute when he woke up and he was like, am I in hell? Like, am I in hell? And then he sees Gwen. He's like, this is heaven. Yeah, it's heaven. And he is talking about how, like, this is so great. If this is what heaven has, I'm down.
He's like, I'm staying here.
Yeah. And
forever.
Then she's saying something to him. And he just goes like, oh, you're so beautiful. Mm-hmm. And everyone around her is like, what did he say? what
beautiful?
No, I hate girls.
Girls have cooties. Ew.
But he's hurt, obviously. They go home. And he can't take out the pull-out sofa that he's been sleeping on.
Because he's very weak right now.
So he sleeps with her. And I don't remember how she brings. Oh, she says, because before she had told him like that kiss we shared at the ghost place was meaningless. And then
she kind of panicked.
In the darkness, she basically reveals like, I'm sad that, or I regret telling you that it was meaningless because it was a really good kiss. And then she looks at him and is like, can you make me feel good? And then he's like, yeah,
I can actually.
All fucking hurt.
I know. He's like,
let him rest.
He's like, you know how big that pumpkin was?
That's fucking huge.
Fuck, I almost died.
Pumpkin trauma. She has like a pumpkin candle. They're like in the middle of it. He's like, what the fuck is that?
He's like, just the smell alone. He's like, no, not again. He wakes up from like a fucking dream.
I had a dream of pumpkin. Oh my god. But they fool around. And dude, how do you feel about the spice?
I don't remember it, I'm gonna be honest.
Dude, I thought it was so... It's not the best spice I've read, but I think because I like them both so much, it's very, like, cute. Because they just care so much.
But they're not serious right now. This is just like a FWB.
And it's funny because... Gwen's friend Raven, they both work at the school, asks Gwen like how she's doing, and Raven was the one who told Gwen like, you just have to fuck it out of your system, like sleep with him once and then you're good. And then when Raven asks how it's going, Gwen brings up like, well, I took your advice. And now it's an everyday thing. Like, it's everywhere and
she's
constant.
Like, bitch, I'm tired.
I can't keep up.
Stamina on that, man. I can't go on like
this.
this.
And it's weird because, he hates pumpkin. Like, I've had to change all my candles.
She's like, my fucking body wash was pumpkin.
Yeah. And it, makes him cry. So I had to change it. No, but it's, she's so deep into this. But then at the same time... The matchmaking agency is like, we found the one 96%.
That's huge.
Pause there for her for a bit, because our boy Tony, his gym that he has with Duncan, they are doing social media, kind of like pushing the gym so more people go. But with the whole pumpkin thing that happened, him saving those 2 kids, he is now social media famous. Yeah. So he's viral. So they're using that in order for him and his gym to get more people to enroll. So he ends up on a TV show where he talks about how it was saving those kids. Yeah. Dude, he's so good at that show. It's funny because he doesn't really smile. So anytime it would describe his smile, it'd be like he's baring his teeth. And I'm like, this... Yeah, that's exactly what I imagine. Just No, yeah.
Just showing his teeth. No smile, nothing.
So I really liked how that happened. And then he's watching that episode back with Gwen, and Gwen's just like, oh my God, your skin looks amazing. You look amazing. And then they ask him if he's single. And she'd be like, oh my God, I knew they were going to ask you that. And they even offered him a position in like the dating show.
Yeah, it's like a dating show pretty much for him to find love. And at the time, he's like, no.
But then, you know, him and Gwen are fuck buddies. And she brings up that she found her 96%. He doesn't talk her out of it, but he's just kind of like, oh.
Oh.
And
I mean, internally, he's probably like, I thought I was your 96%. 97. Maybe.
You get hit with a pumpkin, and all of a sudden you hit me with the worst news of all.
I know.
Worse than the pumpkin hit, honestly.
How am I going to survive this one?
But it's so sad because she obviously does feel something, and she doesn't want to admit it to herself.
Okay.
But then at the same time. What?
How would you feel in that situation? Let's say you were doing this matchmaking agency and they tell you, girl, we did it. We did all the math. We took your blood and then we took his blood. Turns out 96%. Would you be like, you know what, let me give this a try? Or would you say, no, I choose Tony?
That's hard because I feel like, first of all, if I put all my money into this.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking.
I'm like, it better work.
Yeah.
But then also, if it didn't work, I put all my money to meet my 96% and it didn't work out.
Yeah.
So, I don't know.
I think it's a lose-lose no matter what.
Yeah, it is. And dude, her going through with it, and they were like, we're going to pay for like your makeup, where you're going, your outfit, everything.
They had like makeup artists and everything. And they didn't know how to do her hair, huh?
No. And they didn't know. Oh, dude, her makeup was so bad.
Yeah.
They like chose the wrong shade and everything, and she looked horrible.
But she took all of these as signs, like, oh my God, this isn't where I'm supposed to be.
Dude, you know what I kind of liked? That she's all going through this, but at the same time, Tony's going through his own like turmoil. Like, it's so quiet at home. I don't even like being in my house anymore because she's not here.
Because I'm not warm no more. I'm cold. I'm cold to fix the freaking heater. the heater's on full blast. He's like, why am I still cold?
Dude, I felt for him because he would constantly go to Duncan to be like, oh, this girl, she got me in her clutches. And Duncan was like, I'm here for you, bro. Like, Halloween was just me and you. Yeah. The boys. And they just like eating pizza together and everything. But he decides to do the matchmaking show. Or the dating show. And when the 96% thing, all those bad signs happened, Gwen goes. Like,
she leaves.
Yeah, she leaves. And goes to the gym and is like, where's Tony? To Duncan. And then Duncan's like, oh my God.
I knew it.
The math equations in his head. You're the one that Tony's been like, my dream girl.
You made my boy cry.
And I cried with him. We had pepperoni pizza. Because of you? Oh, no. But then he's like, you gotta catch him before he goes on the show. You have to stop him. And she's like, oh, bet. Okay. So then she goes, and she's not allowed in. And she's just like, oh, Tony.
Tony.
But guess who's out in the fucking alleyway? Fucking Tony, bitch. Dude. How did you feel?
I was excited.
Dude, they're so cute together.
Yeah.
I love the fact that they like just had their little moment and they were like, it's you, babe.
It's always been you.
It's all about you. Dude, I fucking love that shit because it was so just like, this whole story was just a feel good throughout the entire thing, even with everything that was going on.
Even with a little bit of angst.
Yeah, it was so good.
Yeah, and I agree with you. I also really liked that Tony never tried to talk her out of, continuing the agency.
Yep. Oh my God.
He was a really good character.
Yeah, he was, but they end up together happily ever after. Fuck Mr. 96%.
Fuck that man. We never met him. Don't know him.
You know, it still kind of upsets me that she didn't go on the date, though.
I feel like I would have gone just to look at him, and it's like, wait, have you seen Love is Blind? Where they do that reveal? I think the door's open. Oh my god, I only saw the first season. Okay, I'm sorry. I think the door opens and the guy is standing on the other side and the girl is coming out of that door. Should just do that and then be like, no, just leave. But she wasn't getting anything out of it, right? It's not like she won a prize or anything. No. They just paid for that date.
Yeah, but that was the highest percentage that anyone had ever received.
Yeah, that's why they wanted to like go all out.
There's two ways that this could have gone that I would have liked. I wish she would have gone on the date and just been like, oh my gosh, you do that? That's so funny. Tony does the opposite, which is so funny that he does that. You know, like I wish everything that they related on, she would be like, yeah, but Tony doesn't do that.
Or that's good. But what if also, because they're 96%, I'm assuming they're more like her, right? So what if she's like, damn, you know what? I don't want to date someone who's a lot like me.
Yep.
So anything that they would say, she'd be like, no, not for me.
Yeah. Like to compare it to what she would want, which would be Tony.
Yeah.
That sounds cute. But another thing I would have liked would be to know more about this review system with how the dates went, because she had to review them afterwards.
Yeah, but then she stopped after a while.
Yeah, she did. But I wish that Tony on the dating thing would have been like, Gwen,
pick me.
First of all,
choose me.
No, but I wish he would have went down and been like, our date at the Ghost, so scary. It was a 1 out of 5. Or this 2 out of 5. Communication 0 out of 5. We didn't talk, but you're my 100%, babe. Like I would have loved that type of shit.
Cute. That would have been a really good addition to it, because they could have played on the percentage wise.
Because I like the idea of that. But it feels like a lot of things that were in this story, the matchmaking, her being a teacher, him being a boxer, the heating thing, they were only mentioned, but never really gone into detail with what was going on.
Yeah, I agree with you.
So everything else that happened in the story just felt so random to me. Even with the friend who was like, oh, they're so synchronous.
They're so synchronous. You know, things are happening because they're synchronous.
Their synchronicity is crazy right now.
Crazy.
Like, I'm sorry, I'm really trying to enjoy these pumpkins. They're so huge. But your synchronicity is like just off these charts. Like, I wish it would have been like that, but I mean, so much in this story just was mentioned.
Yeah.
And she, like, Nelson, she dated 3 times. I wish that her and Nelson would have had something, at least for her to be like, oh, you know, he could be your potential one. And she'd be like, yeah, but he's just Nelson.
Yeah, but he's a loser, though.
Yeah, like, yeah, I get it. We had a really good date, and he makes me laugh and everything, but he's not Tony. Did he get hit by a pumpkin? No.
Is he a national hero? No.
So I guess we just come to agreement that Tony is the best book boyfriend ever written. Thank you.
I didn't say that.
He's so good.
He's good, but the best? That's very...
Okay, the best contemporary book boyfriend. Thank you. Yes.
I have to think about that.
Okay, out of this batch. Thank you. Actually, don't tell me. Don't look at me, because we haven't talked about all the books in this batch.
I was thinking, but I'm not going to say nothing.
Okay, I really like him. I really like the story. I did not know we had read the first one, but we did.
We did. I like this one more.
Yeah, I did too.
So much more. This one was more enjoyable. I liked the characters more. I just feel like because the first one, I don't even remember what my issues were, except that I thought it was dumb that they were fake dating for
parking spaces.
Yeah,
it was kind of dumb. But I would read more Mimi Grace.
I would too.
I think I would like to see I don't know, just her writing in general is really cute and it's really funny.
Yeah.
So I mean, overall, I really enjoyed reading this book. I did recommend it to my friend. Who she's a big Allie Hazelwood fan. And I'm like, girl, read Mimi Grace. Like, you need to read Mimi Grace. But now I have to recommend her the first one too, because I didn't know. I'm gonna have her read it. I feel like she'd like it. She was very big on the love hypothesis, and I was like, girl, that's not spice.
Yeah.
That ain't spice.
That's not spice.
So yeah, I recommended her this one, but overall, I really enjoyed reading it. Not my favorite book, but I think I'd give it a 4 out of 5.
Yeah?
Yeah, I really liked it.
Wow. I really enjoyed it too. I think you enjoyed it a little bit more than I did.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like I would probably give it like a 3.5.
Valid.
Yeah.
I get it.
It was good though. I really liked it.
Thank you.
I liked the characters, and I'm glad that Gwen found her love. I feel like I would be so torn on whether or not I would have gone on that date, but because everything was already going wrong, I think I would also be like, this is a sign.
But a part of me is just so curious
I
of
know.
how he would have been like.
What if, hear me out, what if he really was the perfect match?
Oh, dude.
What if she went on the date? What if she went on that's very what?
I'm sorry, you finished.
What if she went on this date, right? And was like, damn, I could see my whole future with this man. Do you think that she should have, do you think you would pick him or?
She wouldn't. Because you know what you're explaining right now?
What?
My favorite form of media entertainment ever in the world. La Fea Más Bella.
Oh my God.
Dude, La Fea Más Bella is this novela, this soap opera, Mexican soap opera.
And you and my mom are so obsessed with this novela. It's good. It's really good.
good.
Don't get me wrong. But I always see my mom rewatching it.
Of course, because your mom is me. We're doing the same thing. It's like two people that have to fake, or no, it's a bet that you have to date this person, whatever. But when they end up falling for each other, and she figures out that it's a bet, she leaves and she meets someone who's the perfect guy, perfect in every way, would never hurt her and genuinely thinks she's beautiful and like all of this. But then she even has a moment like where she's talking to someone and is like, he is everything. Like, he's so great to me. He's never hurt me and he never will hurt me. And her friend's like, then why are you stuck? Like, what's the issue then? You just described the perfect person for you and he's dating you. She's like, because he's not him. Like, he's not the other guy.
Yeah.
I wish we would have had that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You're not Tony.
You're not Tony. You're never gonna be Tony. Also, La Fea Más Bella is pretty much Ugly Betty, but one of the many variations of it.
Ugly Betty. Yep. But thank you so much, everyone who is listening. If you're listening to us in audio form, whether that be Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Amazon Music, or anywhere you get your podcasts on, thank you so much. If you can leave a rating of 5 stars and a review just recommending what we are going to read next. We've been reading a lot of fake dating.
Yeah, and this wasn't planned. I swear to God,
it never is
happened.
Planned. There's so much fake dating in the world, but not in the real world.
Just in the real world, right?
But if you want to recommend us a book, that'd be amazing. If you want to support us monetarily, what can they do?
So we have a Patreon available, and I think Patreon would be a good way for our listeners to let us know that they really enjoy the content that we make, especially since we do 2 videos a week. You can find us on patreon.com/bookfix. But if you don't want to make the commitment of monthly, we did also make a Buy Me a Coffee and a Ko-fi, so KO-FI.
Yeah.
And both of them, you can find us under the Book Fix.
Thank you. If you are watching us on YouTube, thank you so much. If you can like, comment, subscribe, and hit that notification bell because we post every Tuesday and Thursday. If you want to follow us on social media, we do have an Instagram and a Threads at the Book Fix Pod, THEBOOKFIXPOD. And we also have a TikToks at the Book Fix, THEBOOKFIX. Thank you so much. Why don't we read a positive and negative review about this book? What do you want to read?
I'll read a negative.
Okay, I'll read the positive. What's your reading challenge at?
I think I'm at 60. 60 or
Damn.
61 out of 100, but that's not.
I'm at 83.
It's not. I don't think I'm going to make it.
It's hard, dude, to make time. Okay, I'm reading a positive.
All right, I found one.
Okay,
so the 1-star reviews, none of them had a comment, so I'm going to read a 2-star review. This is on Goodreads. It comes from Lola. They wrote, "Sorry, I did not like this book. It wasn't as charming as the first book in the series, and I did not care about the characters at all. Everything was very surface level, and we barely even know anything about either of the love interests. I was bored for most of this, and the sex scenes were cold and cringy. Apparently, Tony has had a crush on Gwen for years. I kind of find this hard to believe, and there was hardly any tension. Very sad this doesn't match up to its gorgeous cover and premise. Sad face."
Well, this is from Antonella, who gave it a 5 out of 5. Mimi Grace is starting to become my insta-buy and read author. There's something so wholesome in her contemporary romances. It has a perfect mix of humor, feeling, steam, and banter. I enjoyed reading this one. Even though it is not as good as her previous books, I still think it deserves all her praise. Read her books. Thank you so much for listening, and we will see you next time.
Bye.
Do you think there's... Bye. I'm going to say it. Bye, everyone. But I have a question.
Okay, go ahead.
Do you think there's an issue with books that are only feel-goods?
No.
Right?
No, because I feel like there's a market for every kind of book.
That's kind of how I feel about Heartstopper, where there's no real threat to the relationship. Like, yes, there are external conflicts, but it's never to hurt the two main characters. So, like, I don't have a problem with it either, but I know people that do. Like that review that you read.
But I feel like there kind of was a threat, though, with the whole matchmaking agency.
Yeah, I feel like...
And her not wanting to go past the friends with benefits.
I think...
Like, to me, it's different. Like, if it was feel good, it would just be like a domestic couple who are just living happily.
But I think it would have felt more like there was a threat if there was actually one of the guys she dated that she liked.
Ooh,
you know what I mean?
That would have been good.
And Nelson was mentioned so many times. I don't even know what Nelson fucking looks like.
Who even is Nelson?